Welcome back, everyone. Today we are talking about the 3 new stocks that ULTY added to their portfolio. It's exciting stuff. I can't wait to get into it. We're going to be talking about GameStop, Chewy, and e.l.f. Beauty. GameStop, they added $41 million, Chewy, $21 million, and e.l.f. Beauty, $2.2 million. So we're also going to take a look at how the rest of the portfolio has done. So if you guys are excited and ready, let's get to it. All right, so just putting this into perspective, ULTY, as you know, holds about 22 to 30 stocks, all high volatility stocks that they want to generate good option income on and distribute that income back to you. At the same time, none of us want to see the NAV continually go down. Anyways, we see from July, it's just been going down, but in the last few days, since September 5th, and September 5th was a low for ULTY. I don't think it was the all-time low, but it touched there. Since September 5th, ULTY has actually gone up. So for all of those who say ULTY just keeps going down and the NAV is eroding, well, here's some proof that that is not the case, although it could still go down further, but we've just had a good few days. These last 2 days have been good. So up 1.5% there, and that has to do with the underlying holdings performing well. So let's talk about some of those before we get into the 3 new ones. And I want to point out that you can all grab this data from their website, from the YieldMax website. If you just go search up ULTY and then you go holdings. Today is the 9th of September. I'm posting this video on the 10th. It says as of the 10th, and that just means that's how they're starting the day. So that's where I grabbed these numbers from, and yesterday I had the numbers from Monday. And I did a quick look up to see if any of these holdings on this sheet from yesterday were not on here, and no changes there. So these holdings carry forward to today. They didn't sell anything, but they did add 3 things, which we're going to get into. So let's first look at how things have been going, and we'll sort this like that. We see that we had a almost 9% move in RGTI, Getty Computing, I think is how you pronounce it. We see we had 7.29% move in IONQ. CHWY, which was one of the ones that's been performing poorly, that went up 7%. And we had a 5% move in Coinbase, which is good to see. A 4.6% move in OCLO, Reddit 4.4%. And there weren't really too many things in the red. Rocket Lab was pretty much the only one that was a dog today, down 1.47%. But the rest of the portfolio looked strong today, which was great to see. And a few that remained pretty much flat there. And you'll see the cash holdings as well down here. So good to see that. And you'll see that Rocket Lab is 5.7% of the portfolio, so a large percentage. But you had these other ones like Coinbase, IONQ, and RGTI that are all above 5%. So that move definitely helped the portfolio out. But speaking of, and here I'm showing you guys the price increase, almost a 1% move, increased AUM by about 25 million. So all in all, a pretty darn good day for ULTY. Now, they did add 3 positions, and I promised we'd talk about that. They added GameStop, Chewy, and e.l.f. Beauty, $41 million, $21 million, and $2.2 million, respectively. So the total for that comes out to $64 million that they bought in stock on Tuesday, September 9th. And that accounts for, 2% of the portfolio. So this is interesting. And let's talk about the implications of adding those stocks to the ULTY portfolio. So we'll start with e.l.f. Beauty. This is a affordable cosmetics and skincare company. They recently acquired Hailey Bieber's Rhode brand for almost $1 billion. And they are known for their volatility. So e.l.f. Beauty, their shares have moved more than 5% on 48 trading days over the last year. So definitely a volatile stock. Makes sense why ULTY would add e.l.f. Beauty there, because volatile stocks demand a higher option premium. So this one's going to be an option play. But they didn't move too much, or they didn't add too much, only 2.2. So we'll see if they increase their position size in the future. I'm thinking they will. If you look at ULTY's cash balances, they've got 373 million in cash in just cash, and then almost 300 million in money market funds. So a total of almost 700 million in cash. Now they did use quite a bit of that today of the money market fund to buy these other positions. But going back to the other one they added, Chewy. This does online pet supplies and services. So the good thing about Chewy is they've got recurring revenue from their subscriptions and essential pet supplies. Kind of an interesting play, not as volatile of a stock. And Chewy is also opening up an 800,000 square foot automated fulfillment center in Texas. This is their 15th fulfillment center. So think of Chewy as like the Amazon of pet food. I think that's their play. Interesting because they are a more stable business, not a super volatile company, unlike GameStop, which everyone knows GameStop. That's the meme one. And GameStop holds $500 million of Bitcoin. They currently have 9.1 billion of cash. And if you look at their Q2 revenue, it rose 22% year over year to 972 million. Net income has been doing well, 168 million, where last year they only had 14 million. So GameStop's been crushing it as a business. As a stock, let's turn to the charts and see how all three of these are doing. We'll look at year to date first. And surprisingly, GameStop is down 23%. Chewy's up 24%. e.l.f. is at 12%. If you look at a 1 year chart, GameStop pretty flat. GameStop had this huge drop right after their Q2 announcements where they were talking about how they're pivoting their business from less, play and trade video games and brick and mortar stuff to more digital products. And so I think that the concerns around pivoting their business and moving into a new style of doing business probably had some investors worried. They also have a lot of Bitcoin as well, which could have institutional investors a little bit hesitant, holding almost $500 million. So they dropped significantly there. Chewy's been doing great, almost 60%. So that's a good thing to see. I don't think ULTY held it in that run up there, but it looks like Chewy might have a nice another run up, maybe not as sharp as this one, but for the rest of the year, that'd be great to see. And e.l.f. has been doing well, 21% over the last year. Looking at a 3-month chart, GameStop down 20%, Chewy down 10%, e.l.f. Up 20%. So a broad spectrum there. Make of that what you will. 1 month chart, everyone's positive, which is good to see. So GameStop will be interesting because this used to be a super volatile stock. I guess it still is, but who knows how much they'll make off the covered calls there. Hopefully they still capture that volatility while GameStop trends upwards. Chewy, this should be a stable position, and it might be good to have stability in the ULTY portfolio. So guys, that is the news from ULTY. Again, buying the 3 new positions. We'll check back at the end of the week. Look at that Palantir. Palantir up 4% today. That was awesome. Making $5 million bucks. So the ULTY trader's probably pretty happy, but there are definitely some risks with adding these 3 positions here. Looks like they're scaling into it. Again, 2% of the portfolio. They've got a lot of cash. So we'll definitely continue to monitor that. And if you want updates, you got to subscribe. If you found this video useful or you like this new format for updates, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, if you want to see something else, leave a comment. Tell me what you want to see. And I will sign off there. Take care, guys.